She didn't eat, though she hungered. She wondered if there would be one to love her and her cream filling. Not her cream spilling from her lips, but her cream devoured by her lips, contributing to waist, to hips, to shame. She didn't eat because she claimed she was always full, feasting on a steady diet of magazines she'd always pulled from far too high. She'd sit and visually eat and wonder why the fragrance samples were never enough. And as if that weren't enough, she was told ugly. Not being the superficial kind of lovely, she misunderstood it and ran. She soon couldn't stand the sight of her own reflection, body shape, complexion, and even food for thought sat heavy on her lips. From her lips and over anxious fingertips, people knew the ways in which she lacked appreciation for self. So wealth wasn't in her world. It wasn't in the curl of her hair she'd seen those other girls do, thinking, if it works for them, it'll work for me too. No, it wasn't in that. In fact, it wasn't in the skin lighteners, nor the teeth brighteners. It wasn't in the partial starvation to make her poundage like her, as in her on the TV, her on the magazine. It wasn't in between the beds of men she'd see every then and again. It wasn't in the 10 idols she made supplications unto. She was told ugly, and then went through proverbial hell and high water. The call for her to think otherwise was well overdue. She was told, you gotta love yourself. And suddenly wealth was in her world. Every negative word and contrary belief to her being fearfully and wonderfully made. Every called out name that wasn't hers she ignored. But not yet before someone told her ugly.
Wow.
Hey guys, my name is Verandah-Maureen Shepard, and I'm very excited to be here. I feel like home. I am a writer and spoken word artist from Brooklyn. Any Brooklynites know? I am currently on tour, and I'm excited that this will be the venue for August while I'm here. Next week I'll be in New Jersey, the week after that, Boston, and then finally Atlanta the end of the month, so I'll be all over the place, but I'm so excited to make this place. All right, let's try. I have one more, it's not for this. And I'm actually really excited to hear about New Year's event in September, the Agents of Change thing. I want to do a poem when I'm not writing and doing the whole spoken word thing. I am an educator, I work with children, and the name of this piece is called Common Sense for Sense. So it's pretty appropriate that I hear about that event. I plan on being there. Dead presidents for dead presidents. Too bad teaching barely gets my own ambitions fed. Maybe I should grow up and get a real job instead. Get a real job I dread waltzing into 5 of the 7, 5 of the 7. Once, when I was 11, someone had asked me if I considered teaching, and I thought, is it to me you've been speaking? I said, never, never in my life. And the extent to which I was not right is shamefully humorous. I swallowed pride, excessively hubris, and aspired to teach. I wish I were anorexic. Because see, nobody gets it. We need teachers. We need educational preachers to be paid the common sense for their sense. We should revere anyone who gets why a child needs knowledge. Teach them that COLLEGE, college, is not just a 7-figure privilege. I wish I were a leader. Because see, no one's really getting it. The success of society is contingent upon the teachers we're firing. And my current anxiety relies on the teachers that we're hiring, yet we're desiring for the smarts of the world to outbeat our phones. Put an Android and a New York City high school student in a room alone and see who properly uses 2, 2, and 2. If our leaders only knew how important educational spending really was, yet I teach, and surely not because of what it pays. I teach for the manifestation of ways a child can prove your own greatness, but let's face it, greatness can't pay bills. So, dead presidents for a job that somewhat kills my own desire to progress humanity, or dead presidents for real ones and have a family who starves. In math class, they never say it's this hard to work out equations in the real world.
Yeah.